every molecule in your brain was once on your fork. Your gut directly impacts your mental health. So in this video, over the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're gonna dive into the science behind this connection, how you'd know if you do have a problem with your gut, and then discuss 4 effective ways to improve your gut health, consequently improving your mental well-being as well. So the gut-brain connection, it refers to a bidirectional communication system between the gut and the central nervous system or your brain. And the connection is managed by a complex network of nerves and hormones and biochemical signaling pathways. There are really 5 components and mechanisms underlying this gut-brain connection. So number 1 would be the vagus nerve. If you've heard of it, the vagus nerve is the primary pathway through which often and sometimes pretty quickly reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. The signal actually travels between the gut and the brain, and it's the longest cranial nerve. So it plays a really crucial role in regulating various bodily functions, including digestion, of course, mood, as well as inflammation. So signals from the gut travel along the vagus nerve, it reaches the brainstem and then into other regions of the brain. Number 2 would be the ENS, or enteric nervous system. It's often referred to as the second brain. It's a complex network of neurons that are really embedded within the GI tract itself, and it can operate independently of the central nervous system, and it really plays a vital role in regulating gut motility, secretion, as well as blood flow. The ENS, it communicates with the central nervous system through that vagus nerve, but other neural pathways as well. And number 3, we've got neurotransmitters. Both the gut and the brain produce and respond to neurotransmitters, which are chemical messengers that transmit signals between different neurons. So for example, serotonin, it's a neurotransmitter found in pretty high concentrations in the gut, where it regulates intestinal motility or movement, as well as secretion, and changes in those serotonin levels in the gut can influence mood and behavior, and that really shows the connection between the gut and the brain function. Now, number 4, gut microbiota. The gut is actually home to trillions of microorganisms. All those microorganisms together, they are termed or called the gut microbiota. So estimates, they actually say that the number of microbial cells in the human gut can outnumber human cells by a factor of 10 to 1 or even more. And it's different depending upon your age and your sex and your diet, and there's a lot of different factors that come into play. The microbiota, it really plays a crucial role in digestion, as well as nutrient absorption and immune function. So new research suggests that the gut microbiota can also influence the brain function and behavior through various or different mechanisms, including the production of neurotransmitters, the modulation of the immune system, and then that regulation of the gut barrier function. Number 5, immune system. The gut is the major site of immune activity. It houses a significant portion of the body's immune cells, and immune cells in the gut can signal or can release signaling molecules that are called cytokines. Now, cytokines, they can communicate with the brain and further influence mood, cognition, and behavior. So chronic inflammation in the gut has been linked to actually numerous neurological and psychiatric disorders, which really points to the importance of that gut-brain immune axis in maintaining your health and overall well-being. So overall, the science behind the gut-brain connection shows that really intricate kind of interplay between the gut and the brain, and its implications can affect various aspects of health, not just digestion, but also, like we said, mood, cognition, and immune function. So how do you know if you have problems in your gut? I mean, is it going to show up in your poop? Is it going to show up in standard digestive type complaints? Well, I will say one way to determine if you have challenges with your GI system would be, yes, you should be looking at your poop. You can get a lot of information from that. Just to very simplistically tell you what it should look like is that it should have some sort of bend or curve to it. A lot of resources will say it should look like an S, not necessarily that it forms a letter. It's that it has the ability to have a bend to it, that it's not just a big old cow pie dry, or it's like little rabbit turds, or it's speckled, or you can see a lot of food in it. If you're looking at your excrement and you're wondering what in the world it means, obviously there are people out there that can help you determine what that's trying to tell you, and then you can do further testing to really get deeper into what's going on. But here's the problem: 2/3 of people with GI issues, 2/3 of people don't have any stereotypical GI complaints like bloating, constipation, reflux, pain, diarrhea, or changes in their stool. So they might have things like mood changes or brain fog or anxiety or frequent colds and flus or weight fluctuations up or down, fatigue or weakness. They might have an autoimmune diagnosis or even things like joint pain that we would never know to attribute to our gut, or eye problems, muscle cramps, headaches, the list goes on and on. So when it comes to proper gut health, I want you to think about maybe doing one of these next 4 things right away to improve your overall gut health. So number 1, diet and nutrition. That's what we talked about at the very beginning. We are what we eat. You know, our cells come from our fork partially. And so food really plays a crucial role in the actual makeup of your gut microbiome. So we want to have a diet that's really rich in fiber, lots of fruits and vegetables, even fermented foods that can promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria. There are a few rare times where you might have gut issues and fermented food doesn't work. So that can be something that you, on a specific patient-to-patient basis, might not be able to eat certain things as you're correcting it. But what happens is when you get that beneficial gut bacteria, that bacteria produces short-chain fatty acids, neurotransmitters like serotonin and other metabolites that influence brain function and mood regulation. Number 2, probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are live microorganisms that provide health benefits when consumed in adequate amounts. And there's different probiotic strains for different healthcare problems. So making sure that you get the right strains in the right amount. Now, prebiotic are non-digestible fibers or foods that stimulate the growth and the activity of the beneficial bacteria. So it's like you've got the beneficial bacteria and then you've got the food to feed that. So by supplementing the probiotic, by consuming prebiotic rich foods, which would be things like garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, apples, and so on, you can really optimize the balance of gut microbiota, which obviously, as we know now, is going to improve mood. It's going to reduce symptoms of things like anxiety or depression. Now, number 3, I want you to think about different stress management techniques because chronic stress disrupts the gut microbiota composition, the way it works or functions. It can lead to inflammation and it can kind of dysregulate that gut-brain connection or access. So there's a lot of different techniques out there that you can choose from, such as mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, and even things like regular movement or physical activity can help to restore gut balance. It can alleviate symptoms of stress-related mood disorders. Now, this may sound funny, but your gut actually does benefit from good quality sleep. So sleep hygiene is critical for gut health, mental well-being. We know that disrupted sleep patterns alter gut microbiota, the diversity of the different kinds of gut microbiota, and it can increase leaky gut, which can contribute to inflammation and cognitive impairment. So think about good sleep hygiene practices, such as a consistent sleep schedule is huge. You should also try to create a relaxing bedtime routine. So I want you to think about in the evening, at least a couple of hours before you go to sleep, maybe turning the overhead lights off and turning on some lamps, trying to get away from devices at minimum an hour before you go to bed. No TV, no phone right in front of you. We want to be signaling your nervous system that it's time to go into a sleep cycle. And the environment can be huge as well. Like if you're somebody that's waking up in the middle of the night or waking up and can't get back to sleep or consistently waking up, maybe just see what's going on with the temperature of the room. That's one of the things that I found, that you are too hot, you're not going to get into the same sleep cycles and get as deep a sleep. So maybe looking at the temperature that you have the house or your room at. So we know that sleep schedule, that sleep environment, that good quality sleep hygiene can promote a good gut brain kind of integrity or relationship between those two and enhance our mood. So there are many benefits to gut health. It's vast, it's wide. The gut is really the gateway to the health of the whole body. If we open up that tube, your gut tube, it's actually the surface area of a tennis court. So gut health is critically important to the health of your brain, brain as well as the rest of the body. And we know that we can see quite better emotional resilience, obviously better digestion and nutrient absorption. It'll strengthen the immune system and really the overall health of the body. So let's land the plane on this and close up for today. I just want to make sure to remind you, prioritizing your gut health is key to your mental health. And by implementing these 4 strategies, even one of them, then it can really cultivate a thriving gut microbiome and help you experience profound improvements in your mood and your overall well-being. And if you are struggling with gut health issues or mental concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional for personalized guidance and support. For me as a practitioner, I specialize in functional medicine. We also specialize in gut health as well as hormones and autoimmunity and thyroid issues. And we offer comprehensive assessments, tailored interventions to optimize the health of the different organ systems of your body and promote holistic wellness. So together we can embark on a journey towards better health and vitality. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful day.